Alright. Ladies and gentlemen that are in the stream, whether you're just now getting the message on Twitch or if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for taking time and joining us on the stream tonight. Now, a um, quick little input here. We were planning on doing episode 10, but with Lady Actual being on last week's stream, we were contacted by one of our, and they wanted to be on the stream due to her being on the stream, talk about them. Now, those of you that have been watching us, our streams since the beginning, since we started doing interviews, and seeing one of our interviews, you know it gets kind of cringy or something. I wouldn't say cringy, but it's a handful. We'll just say that. So, I mean, of course, you expect like hectic typing sounds in the background from Chase, I guess, because that seems to be the usual. But anyway, episode 10 is scheduled for this weekend. I still don't want to tell you guys who's going to be on it until I get a confirmation from both the person and the dude coming with the person. So, once we get the confirmation, we'll post something on Twitter and let you guys know who's the special guest for episode 10. Now, when it comes to one of our on the stream today, you can expect them to talk a lot about the recent situation with Lady Actual, making 6MR. From the recent post, they said that she stepped down as CEO of 6MR to be an officer in the 101st. I don't know how true that is. Yes. I've spoken with Lady Actual, and the details of that conversation I will leave a little classified until a certain time. Now, without further ado, let's get our guest of the hour into the stream. Oh, and a quick little input. This stream is unofficially sponsored in part by Coors Light. Is it just you, or is there going to be like a whole gaggle of people? That sounds gay. Anywho's, just make sure your audio is included. Ah. Oh, and just to make sure, do not make it sound like you just did a line of coke like you did last time. Have you listened to yourself last episode you were on? You sound like you just got off doing a line of coke. Fast my ass. Dude, you were hyper as shit. I could hear a ferocious typing in the background. No, not just typing fast. I mean fucking pounding that fucking key. Alright. I'll mute myself real quick. Go ahead and get you guys set up.
I've included my audio.
Alright. Legend, go ahead and make sure you include
Audio?
yours. Yes.
Yep. Are we gonna be doing anything No, never mind. I'm just gonna go play Battlefield 5 while we wait, I guess, because I don't believe that there's any current action happening.
At the moment, no, but I do have Firewatch. Oh, just in case. So let us know.
Yeah, I heard Nick Cruz was on first to watch in his squad.
Squid, feel free to come join us. That way you have something to show your viewers.
Yeah, you can watch Battlefield 5. Come on, man. You know, I know you got Battlefield 5. I know you bought it. You had to buy it.
Oh, he's playing it right now.
We talked about Battlefield 5 for like 10 years.
He's playing it right now.
10 years, that's an over-exaggeration.
About to be dropping that fucking, the fucking, what is it? War Stories.
Oh, you're doing single player?
Yeah.
Alright,
Come on, you can't see my extreme talent.
Okay.
Like, let me know during this broadcast, I will be playing with a butterfly knife, so if I step away from the mic, it's because I cut my fingers off.
When are you doing this?
Gross.
I don't know, my...
Alright. Well, feel free to,
Let's get this kicking.
yeah. Do you gotta do?
What was it, like a few days ago, we got a message from their page on one of our saying you guys requested a, like wanted to do a stream. And
Yes.
between that time, you guys had about, what, 6 raids? 7 raids or something?
So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4.
Just 4?
Yeah, just 4.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
If you count the rounds as each round, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Yeah, I was watching the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah.
I wanted to know, so why were you running around with the shotgun?
That was.
I
just
saw
a little
that.
CQB defense, you know? on the one map, the one that we were defending on. Just that, and we were kind of the enemy. The enemy didn't really come in force, and like 90%
I just
of
like
them
seeing you
weren't even
running
Milsims,
open with
so
a
we're
fucking
like
12 gauge with
so
a
like-
flashlight or something.
Yeah. No, it was all appropriate weaponry on the 12 gauge and attachments. Nothing of it was inappropriate.
On
It
open
was an
combat?
appropriate attachment. Yeah, and
Well, I mean,
was
in
just
the
carrying it.
environment that we were at one point, are you talking about the one where we played,
Yeah,
It was
Whiteout?
on
the one
Hammerhead.
inside,
It was
bar-
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead, yeah. And that's the thing is, my fob was established, or my battalion headquarters rather, was established inside the sub base, where a shotgun would be more prudent than say a
Yeah, I was using an
DMR.
MPX.
Yeah,
And
I
I just wasn't- and I
I
just
was
wasn't
watching
in
the
the mood
whole
of-
thing, and I looked in the sub base and
Go
saw
ahead
you
and take the
dicking around with
Legend.
the pickup.
Yeah, and I
What
just
the
wasn't in
fuck?
the mood to carry an M16 at the time or a DMR at the time, so I carried a shotgun.
Wait, what pickup?
It was perfectly fair.
It was that hover one that looks like a fucking floating turd.
Yeah. While everybody was fighting, I was sitting in the middle of the fucking the research room, fucking shooting the fucking hover pickup in the fucking corner, just fucking with it. I didn't use it in combat.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I literally kept it inside the square of the research area too.
Hey, now we get some action. Oh shit.
But yeah, so we've had 4 days of roughly, I guess 1 to 2, 3 days of contact. We actually just ended, and you just posted this, but 3rd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment just ended their war declaration. They realized they were lied to about 1FR, and they ended their declaration. But that came after an unsuccessful raid by them and their coalition.
Was
So
it
that
just
was
one
just what
raid for
happened.
them, or no?
It was just
This
one.
is one
One
raid.
FR keeps one FR
Dragon's
keeps their
Teeth,
Firewatch servers
full
at
house
4,000 tickets. Yeah. So it's a long time typically, and so people just let you start the game. People just typically it gets 1 game a day, is what it is. But yeah, that just ended, and as you may have heard, 6MR, well, the insurgent 6MR Lady Actual, just was offered by 101A a first lieutenant commission in exchange for her bringing all her men to 101A. And then I can't confirm this, but I've been told Raptor, who was her XO and an AWOL 1FR lieutenant, I've been told, haven't confirmed this yet again, I've been told he's now running a Marine unit which is attached underneath 101A. And they were trying to disband 6MR, but as you may or may not know, 1FR was fighting the 6MR because the true owners of 6MR came to us and asked us for help. That's what we call Lady Actual when she ran at the 6MR insurgency, and the 6MR that worked with us, the 6MR partisans, because we looked at it as Lady Actual was an insurgency that occupied the rightful territory of the true 6MR. And with her stepping down and Raptor stepping down, the true commanders of 6MR have reassumed command, as they rightfully should. So that's good. That just happened. We're still at war with 4 Cav. One other unit just dropped dogs on us. We don't recognize YVO as they're not a Milsim, but the 2 other units we do recognize and we do welcome into our server. We actually had 4 Cav on deck, but they were unable to muster 4, which I didn't kick them, although I threatened them I would because technically we're supposed to, but I let them stay just to get a chance to fucking rally 4, and they never did, and they eventually fell out on their own.
Yeah.
Yes, they fell out there. So I never kicked them. We never kicked them. We threatened them we would, because you need 4 to raid in one of our server, and it's also, you know, Milsim rules. You have to have at least 10 to be a Milsim. So, you know, like, we want to prevent this notion of what's happened the last couple of years of Milsim, where it's all these, like, 1- and 2-player teams that are part of super coalitions. You know, that's trash. That's not Milsim. You need to be an organized,
I think after
unit.
tonight you can tell,
You know,
that pretty much what they were doing was that 6MR, out of all the people that declared war on us, was the largest team at the time, being able to muster 10. And with Lady Actual's relationship with 101A and how 101A did take her, I believe a lot of teams thought that 101A was going to back her in the war, and that 6MR was going to back her. But with the 2 large teams backing out, I believe, because all the other teams can only muster about 4 each on a good day, if they can even muster that many. So you're only looking at about like 3 teams of 4, which is 12 guys in a server, and 1FR and SSO can muster on average 20 easily together, if not more than 20. It's around
at
usually
random.
23.
And if it's prepared, we can bring it to 32, yeah.
And I think that's why once they saw that their big teammates backed out, I think they pretty much were
Yeah,
able to
I doubt we'll see
support a
much
war
more
effort.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see much more competent invasions. If anything, we'll see a bunch of guerrilla skirmishes, 1- and 2-man groups. Maybe these people will finally catch word and they'll try organizing their 4-man teams, but frankly speaking, if you're not able to rally a quick QRF of at least 4, is your unit even a Milsim? Because most likely it seems that your unit has less than 10. You know, but that's a greater question for the community to answer. We just don't allow people to raid less than 4.
We kind of just had that argument in the community chat because they're complaining about
Yeah.
they're like, oh, if it's a 2-man team and they're running armor, then technically wouldn't that be a Milsim? And I'm like, we don't deploy single units. Tank battalion's usually around or tank platoon or whatever is usually around 4 assets, which is 2 guys per tank. You're still looking at 8 guys. So it's,
Yeah,
then
at
it's still
minimum.
gonna work.
Even still, that's why the standards always is, and in the definition it says 10. That definition's in there in parentheses, that way it is known that you need 10 to be a Milsim, and that's just the rules of the community.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's a little up and up what happened. I'm
what-
not going to sit here and talk bad about it.
What
Go ahead, please.
internally happened that started this whole thing?
Right. So here's the story, and this is what we've been able to collaborate while talking with Lady Actual as well as with 101A in mediation. Wow, 101A, like I started that. 101A in mediation. And that was, so go back to last week in pre-Thanksgiving leave, of which one of our, you know, we gave our Marines the weekend off for leave. Lady Actual, who was then a private first class in 1FR, and Raptor, first lieutenant, got into a big argument, and Raptor had told her he's kicking her from the unit. Well, that's false, as company commanders, and he was a company commander at the time, do not have the ability to grant discharges, only battalion command does. So essentially, he lied to her. So after he kicked her from the Discord chats and told her, don't talk to 1FR, you're gone, she went and made 6MR. Or took over 6MR, rather, we found out. Then, Raptor organized a non-authorized raid against 6MR, her 6MR, the 6MR insurgency. So he quickly rallied Marines. Again, we were on leave, so he had no authority to rally Marines for a raid, nor was he battalion staff to do so. But he did so anyways, organized a raid, and raided her, which that caused her to think we have an animosity with her, and also it gave her legitimacy. At the time, I had given the order not to acknowledge her because she's just an AWOL Marine. You know, she's just a private. She's AWOL. Like, why would we acknowledge that? You know.
Why are
So
you
he did
using the
that, which made her.
terminology for army, man?
We've been over
We
this.
talked
and,
about
I
this.
told you. I know, we've been over this, and the whole reason why I say AWOL versus UA is because when I was in, actually, the terminology was AWOL, and just frankly, it's just a bad habit of mine. But UA and AWOL are
Not to mention when we say UA, half the people don't understand what the fuck we're saying.
Yeah, it really is true. Like, half people don't understand. So I say AWOL, knowing this is an interview, but yes, it's UA for the Marine Corps, AWOL for the Army. Now,
By the way, I'm going to be
regardless,
inviting you to the party.
if you wish.
Huh?
That's just so new to our attachment. So anyways, so after that raid happened, incidentally, Raptor then, the very same day after the raid, convinces 3 to 4 of our Marines to leave with him and join her, the person he kicked out after them fighting, to join her, and he became her XO. So we realized all this, we're like, wow, this was entirely a plot by Raptor to have this happen, and we realized this because he had asked Lady Actual yesterday to step down and make him commander. So that goes to show his entire intention from the beginning was to cause this animosity. That way he could create and become his own commanding officer. And again, this is the same Raptor that did it before when he made 2MD to 1FR. So that's what
He
happened,
also,
you know.
He's also in previous courts voiced his opinion that he does want what would
Be at
be defined
battalion
as he
level.
wants rank. He told us that he wanted Chase to move up to the regiment, him so that he could move up to the battalion, be the battalion commander. So it's already been apparent to us that he wanted rank, and he discharged Lady, then joined her unit, bringing him. Yeah, fraudulently discharged her, then joined her unit, bringing more Marines, and then within his unit, like, because she was the CO, usually you hardly ever talk to me. Well, not for us, but for most units, you talk to the CO. So when we talk to Lady, when we talk to 6MR, we talk to Lady because she's the CO. And
So she got all the heat.
pretty much Raptor
got away
got
scot-free.
to dodge all the heat, and she took all the heat for the practically what it was kill, and pretty much laid the grounds to then make a coup in her own unit and take her unit from her.
Of which,
Pretty much would have worked out.
in a way, has. If we had, acted, fought for the original rights of 6MR. But it seems he has gotten what he wanted in the end now, because he is his commander of his own unit. Under 101A is what I've been told. Again, I can't confirm that, but that would seem likely. And if that's not true, then he would be, of course, fighting for the commander of 6MR. So what it comes down to, really, was a private first class in 1FR, got lied to, ran and made her own unit. When 1FR tried correcting it, she took it the wrong way and shit like that. And really, it was a giant manipulation by an individual who's been prone to manipulate people from the beginning. So
this whole thing started because of him.
him and her having a huge argument. There's unconfirmed rumors about them that I won't say on the interview, but I'm sure you've heard them. I'm not going to put any fact to that. I'm not going to say that's true. I don't think it's true, but that would provide motive to the actions as well. But of course, it also could just be egregious ambition that would motivate them as well. So when it comes down to it, 1FR was able to get rid of a few shitbags, prove to the community it stands by its standards, create legal precedents, and also create a negotiation with 101A, which is beneficial, I believe, for 1FR and 101A. We're currently in the works of beating back our Marines who are poached. That's an issue to us because we take our men's loyalty very seriously, and we're currently in the works of hoping to do that. But worst comes to worst, they may be just transferring to that 101A unit that Raptor's creating.
Wow. They shot down a plane with the AA gun in this game.
Congratulations. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Shit. I'm just kind of trying to wrap my head. Why would an airborne unit want to take on a Marine unit?
Just the same reason I want to focus on a Russian unit. It provides tactical advantage to have diversity.
It has diversity because they get Iglas, which are pretty fucking mean lock-ons for air assets, and not to mention, you likes how we run our unit, and wishes to see
Well,
a unit reach the peak of ours. So
Yeah, and on the 101A front, if we're taking on Marine unit, if that is indeed true, it would make sense knowing we're going into Battlefield 5, where the weaponry and vehicles are definitely different than they would be, you know, for Battlefield 4. So in Battlefield 5, the 101st Airborne would have no claim to any armor, while the Marines would have claim to armor. They would have claim to a lot of different things and such. So it would benefit them greatly to have a Marine unit that answers to them, because then they can utilize those assets. You know, it would make sense. It also benefits them as well because Raptor had a lot of 1FR's copies of its manuals, so they're able to get that too if he's under that. I'm not saying they want them, but it's definitely probably available.
and Raptor's prior service is very beneficial. He was fast team trainer, and once again he did. I want to say
He's
8 or some odd years. Yeah, he was active service, and he did help train Marines, so he could definitely assist in the process of training
101A.
Milsim players.
Yeah, which frankly speaking, if 101A is willing to transfer AWOL privates and make them officers, perhaps they do need those manuals.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just friendly badgering.
using a different TV and that doesn't show me how long we've been streaming for. Minutes.
I can only zoom for a couple minutes.
It's not that long.
This is a game. I would say we haven't finished one game of Battlefield, so.
Stream's been going on for about 20. Started at 2000 PST.
Yeah, just before 2000.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
that's what's been going
Combat logs.
Yeah, that's what's
I mean,
going on.
what are you guys
and,
planning on doing for Battlefield 5?
Battlefield
since we get
5.
private
Battlefield 5 is
servers,
gonna
we
be our
would like to
fucking heyday.
transfer. Yeah, we would like
Yeah,
to transfer
it's gonna be
Battlefield
great.
5 when there's private servers. We're hoping by the time private servers come out as well, that they will have more U.S. weapons. Apparently, or something, data mined it and found out the M1 Garand and the M1919 LMG is confirmed. Really, those are the only
I
two
heard the
weapons that I'm waiting for
M1919,
still.
not the Garand, though.
Well,
No, the Grim
the
was found in the
Garand-
data
no.
files.
Well, yeah, I know. I heard. I watched a fucking video from Weezer, and he's talking about data mine too. He's also brought up that if they are going to be out, then they're most likely going to be waiting for the American faction to drop, which
yes.
either before or after the American faction drops, we should see the drop of the Japanese faction.
Or hopefully.
Yes.
Well, one would
Kind of
hope.
hypes
One would
myself
hope.
up, but sadly.
I actually doubt it. I think the Japanese are going to drop after the Americans, because we got to consider how they release maps. They're doing this new Types of War system, which I actually like, where it's like almost once a month is one map plus a few new weapons, and that's what they do. I like that versus like map packs every like 6 months, you know. And these Types of Wars proceed through history, so if we're going to follow history, well, we already know China's not going to be a faction. Like, I really highly doubt that. You know, actually I say that, but you know what, it probably will be. Knowing DICE. So either way, it'd be Japan versus China, that's the case. But if not, Japan would have nothing to do except for fight the U.S. And it would make more sense for the U.S. to be brought in first, and then they can put in Japan. That way they have the U.S. with their map and their weapons already brought in, then the Japanese with the map and their weapons, instead of doing a 2-for-1. You know? That's how I would do it.
And it's going to be, what is it? Fucking island hopping. Unless they're going to...
I hope so. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be outstanding if we can get like a...
We get an Iwo Jima
Are you guys-
or something like
Are
that.
you
That'd be
guys
really
keeping the
nice.
same name, or are you going to try a different name?
I hope
for
Barbarossa
Battlefield
happens before.
Oh no, we're keeping the same name. One of us had this name for 11 years. Obviously, First Force Recon didn't exist in World War II, but it's not our fault that we created our name before we even had video games that had fucking vehicles, right? So per the Milsim regulations as well, units are allowed to be grandfathered in, and they just represent a branch. So although we'll carry the name First Force Recon, we will represent the branch in general of the United States Marine Corps. We're just going to carry our historic and prestigious name as our unit title.
Which really
Why
shouldn't
not
be a
do the
problem
Alamo
because
Scouts?
the attachments aren't too the attachments aren't going to be too detailed, so it's not like I mean any Marine team's right, they're going to use the same weapons. It's not going to be like, oh, this is a Marine team but it's MARSOC, so they're going to be suppressed compared to like standard issue Marines.
Oh,
so like
not a single Milsim.
so pretty much
in the
almost
history of
all Marine
anything
teams are going to be
anyone in
fucking
World War II
identical.
needs to use
Like
suppressor. I really
Yeah.
hope never see one suppressor. The only one might be like the British Commandos. and that's like
I
only
would
the
only
skin.
accept it if someone was like the Brandenburg Commandos for like for the Germans. Chase, there's a guy
like
literally
just the
behind you.
skin or the MP40s. That's like it. Not even MP40. I take that back. The MP40s wasn't suppressed for the Germans. I want to clarify that. I take that back completely. It was just a skin, and then like the Germans stole some skins.
Hey, we gotta retreat, by the way.
Commandos. You know, so no one should be running suppressed in Battlefield 5, and no one should be running scopes as well. I know it was a problem in Battlefield 1, but I'm hoping to see that not here in Battlefield 5. And with this new community, of course, there's regulations that actually require that your weapons and attachments are realistic, or else the player will be kicked. So I think it'll be pretty well policed, and people will be correct. Yeah, but I'm excited about Battlefield 5. It's fun. It's a good
Gentlemen,
game.
I would, if you have any direct questions for me, how do I send them now? I have a lady friend coming over in about 10 minutes, so I will not be here.
What's her name in Snapchat?
Salty Squid. Kayla Cocoon.
Time out.
I actually don't have her snap. She just Facebook.
Oh, I
That's
really
why I
thought
have to whip the mic.
that was. I thought the fuck was understand.
You're funny. Anyways, yeah, if you have any questions for me, Squid, I know we haven't talked for a while. Jesus Christ, that Stug is gonna give me fucking nightmares one day.
Do you have any more questions, Squid, at this time? Or are we good?
I was talking me to son of a bitch.
Oh.
I mean, you definitely keep talking
I've been
to
playing
Chase. I don't
Civ
have to
6 a
step away.
lot
So if
more
any-
often because I got some.
Oh, you playing
free
Civ
time.
6 again?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
just,
don't
he's
have-
just afraid to
I don't
play
have
with us,
Rise
though.
and
He doesn't
Fall
want to
yet.
get dogged. You don't
want to get dogged again. You should live stream one of our
Yeah.
whacking you around in Civ 6.
Yeah,
and
why'd
shit,
you?
dude.
Yeah, I'm not the
live
guy
stream-
that fucking
live stream
complains
one
every
of
time
our
I had to go to
fucking
bed.
Civ for like fucking.
Every time
Yeah,
I
I
went to
know,
bed,
you
you
go to bed at
complained,
like
and it
11:30,
got to the
weirdo.
point where you actually fucking declared war as soon as I left and took over like 2 cities. You bastard.
Yeah, it was annoying. You freaking went to bed at like 11:30 every night. And we would
'Cause
fucking
I
play
have
till
shit
4
to
a.m.
do.
Typically.
Okay, how about this? We don't really have a schedule, so right now, set a fucking day where you can stay up till like 4 a.m.
We'll play Civ.
I don't-
And we'll be there.
I don't really
We'll-
know
trust me,
anymore
we'll be
because I
there.
just got a fucking job offer, so fucking I'm gonna be busy.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, this
But
is
we
what
will
you
play
need to do. You
Civ
need
on
to pull
that
a
day.
site. You need to pull a fucking
If anything,
full
I'll
site,
probably be
and
this
you need to quit
weekend,
your
but-
job for Milsim.
Fuck you! I'm
I
not
know
quitting a
someone from
goddamn federal
Civilization.
job.
Site just did.
But-
He just quit it and just joined us on a raid for it.
That's silly. I'm not happy with that at all.
It's a high-paying
He
job.
didn't
Fuck
actually
off. I
quit
ain't
it. He
quitting
just
for
happened to
shit.
quit the job at the perfect time.
I'm not gonna be
When
a
he was working 10-hour weeks, he had put his 2 weeks in before this all happened, and it just happened to line up perfectly with one of our raids. So now
Very
it's
well
a joke.
good.
Very well.
Well, good.
It's not like I
yeah.
told Site at party, I'm like,
If
leave
you
your
wanna,
fucking job.
if you wanna set up a Civ match, you can live stream it all you want. And one of our racking you out in Civ 6.
I don't really know how to.
100%.
I just now figured out how to sign into.
Just Twitch stream it.
Well, no. I just got a new game
7-0.
here. It's Acer. It's an Acer gaming laptop, and like I just figured out how to fucking sign into Xbox. Do it. So.
Well, if you ever want
I'm
to.
not. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to do that shit. It has to be. It gives me an opportunity to do Mixer, but. Any Hoosiers, thanks for taking time to come on the stream. Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah, happy to be here. Always
guys.
happy to clear the air.
Yeah, we'll see you guys
If
next
I could
time, guess.
provide a final
Go
message
ahead.
to the interview.
Fine.
Once again, I implore the community of Milsim to, instead of assuming things about one of us, come and talk with us and get to know us. You'll find we're probably much different than you have been told. Alright, thanks, Squid. Always a pleasure.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll see you guys next time.